make a little fist, say yes. I know you're out there, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, it's a pleasure to be with you. We have, I guess, approaching 1 million people, 900,000 people from over 100 countries. Will you give a hand to everybody who's joined us here from their homes around the world? It's fantastic. And before I say anything else, I just want to acknowledge Dean. You know, 48 years ago, when I really didn't have a clear idea of what direction I was going to go in my life, and I was frustrated and about 38 pounds heavier than I am now and feeling sorry for myself, I never dreamed that I'd be able to have the privilege to talk to all of you like this or do half the things I'm doing today. It would seem impossible. But it's amazing what little step at a time can do. And Dean is such a, I just want you to know how much he cares about you. I think I've been able to do this for 48 years and reached over 1 billion people, starting from nothing, because I really love people. I want to over-deliver, and this week here, we're here to really give you an experience of what's possible, about how you could actually create some freedom in your life, how you could do some things that are really meaningful, and that it doesn't matter where you are, if you think you have nothing to share. We all have some problems that we've solved, some challenge, or we know somebody who has. But all this really came about because Dean listened to my stuff years ago and really applied it and grew. And one day somebody called me up, and I used to have these infomercials years ago. Anybody ever seen one of these old infomercials that I was in, a few of you maybe? And in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was like every 30 minutes, 24 hours a day, somewhere in North America. It was ridiculous. But what I hated was I was an infomercial. So I did it because I didn't want to just go do speeches at a company for an hour. I wanted to reach people, and I wanted to bring them into my events and have multiple days where I could go deep with them. And so, long story short, but I hated infomercials because it was like spray-on hair and fake diamonds and all these other silly things, right? But it was the only way I could reach people. And it worked, but I hated when people say, oh, aren't you that infomercial guy? And I hated that. And so I tell you this because years later, I wasn't involved with that anymore. My career had grown. And a mutual friend of ours, Dean and I, both reached out to me and said, I want you to meet this guy, Dean Graziosi. And I was like, isn't that infomercial guy? The very thing I didn't want anybody to say to me, I thought of, because that's the negative association, because I'd seen a few of those, and I was like, okay, I'll meet him. And then he came to one of my events, and we went out for lunch, and we ended up extending the lunch by an extra 30, 40 minutes, because I just felt he was a brother on the path. And the reason I felt a brother is nobody cares more. And this man, you have no idea what he's done to pour into this. We're partners in this, and I'm certainly contributing my part, but he obsesses, and what I love is I obsess. I mean, we don't ever take anything for granted. It doesn't matter if this program's free. We're here to make sure you have an experience that's transformative if you want it, and show you how to go to the next level. So I just want to acknowledge Dean. He's become a dear friend. I've been doing this 48 years. He's been doing this 28 years. Between us, we figured this out the other day, 76 years of experience. But we give him a big hand for what he's putting on here today. He's an amazing guy. Love you, Dean.